Welcome back to another video. It's Bradford v Bromley AFC, football club match preview. Let me know your score predictions in the comments down below. Like the video if you're going to do so, and subscribe if you're new. On the road to 700 subscribers. All the support recently has been massively appreciated on all the videos, so thank you very much for that. We'll get straight into the video then with the key players for Bromley. They're on the screen now. Michael Cheek, some of other Grant, and some other Aduteo as well. So I'll tell you a bit about them. Michael Cheek, if you don't know anything about Michael Cheek, then you don't know anything about non-league football, and why would you? Because hopefully we never end up in those pits. But he is known as the non-league hurricane with speech marks, because it's a lot of people who do call him that, and I can see why. I saw his goal against Wimbledon on the weekend. Brilliant finish. Harry Kane-esque. He's not the quickest player in the world, but he's got good hold-up play. Very similar attributes, but obviously nowhere near Harry Kane in terms of quality, because they're absolutely streets apart. It's like a Ferrari compared to a Peugeot, of course. So streets apart in there, but still a fantastic goal scorer at the level. Probably expect him to get around 10 to 15 goals this season, to be honest. He normally gets around 20 in non-league. Speaking of non-league, he is also known as the non-league Harry Kane, because he's the non-league's top goal scorer of all time. But I think it's only since when the National League were rebranded, maybe. But nevertheless, the National League top goal scorer of all time, scoring 151 goals in his time there, I'm pretty sure, in 190 games. But I'm sure he's played more, so I don't know. But that's the stat I saw. And they scored 2-2 already this season against Harrogate, and on the weekend, the last one against Wimbledon. The other player we're going to talk about is right-sided centre-half. Grant is a big boy, is Grant. He was at Millwall, and I think he still is. I don't think he's there permanently. I think he's on loan until January. But they had him on loan last January to the end of the season, and contributed to them getting over the line. He scored against Harrogate from a corner. They're going to be a threat from corners and set pieces. Bromley, we know they're a big physical, direct side. I'll sort of give away what can we expect there a bit. But he did score a header from a corner. He's got a pretty good passing range as well, likes to carry the ball forward into the midfield areas. He's got a bit of pace about him, got a bit of strength about him, and I think he's probably the pick of the back line. As well, Byron Webster in there as well, scored the winning penalty against Solihull in the playoff final, and former Millwall centre-back, and I'm sure he probably played against Bradford in the League One playoff finals for Millwall, so we know all about him. Aduteo as well, the left wing back. Now he's probably better than our left wing back options, to be honest with you. Very strong, very confident as well. Takes risks on the ball. Got good strength about him, and he already has an assist this season, assisting against Harrogate, an inch perfect cross for Michael Cheek to chest into the back of the net. Quite an unusual goal, but a fantastic cross from Aduteo. Last time out then, against Wimbledon, we've touched on it, they won 2-0 against Lonnie Jackson's men. And they're physically, I won't say bullied, but they got the better of Wimbledon physically. And Wimbledon are a very physical side, and yet got outdone by that and struggled with it. It was a tight game chances wise. I think, sort of very even, but I'd say Bromley were slightly on top with the chances they created, because they looked more of a threat with them than Wimbledon. Wimbledon had over 60% possession. I'd say they were more threatening, because the intensity of the attacks, it were a lot quicker paced, a lot more on the break, and they were at home in that one. And the goals did come on the break as well. Michael Cheek getting in behind for his goal with a lovely finish into a bottom left corner. And then the second goal was also on the break as well. I'm guessing it's pronounced Imre, not Imre, because that would be a weird thing to be called. It's like Imre. You don't hear that name anymore, do you, Ray? Raymond. Is there any Rays or Raymonds watching? And how old are you? Because I can't imagine any 5-year-olds being called Ray in 2019, it would have been, wouldn't it? He had lovely skill down the right-hand side. He's got a bit of pace about him, and used that to get down the flank. And the cross came in for Whitley, and he's with a good finish. And from there, they sat deep, sat in that low block, and won 2-0 in a pretty comfortable game, which you probably wouldn't expect, considering we had my League 2 predictions as well. Wimbledon just in the playoffs and Bromley just staying up. Head to head, there is none. We've never played against Bromley in our lives before, from what I've seen, so it's the first ever meeting. Hopefully we can get off to a win. Swiftly on to the dugout then. It is Andy Woodman who is sat at Valley Parade for this second match week at Valley Parade in this League 2 season. He turned 53 a day after Bromley's first ever EFL win. Probably very good celebrations there at the Woodman household, and we'll get onto the Woodman household later, as you already might have seen. Family fortunes. Down to earth guy, seems to be. I've never met him in my life, but seems to be down to earth. Quite a grounded manager. You listen to his interviews, and he's very intent. My hair's doing me head in. He's very intent on keeping realistic and grounded, as I said. It will be his 160th game in charge of Bromley, his 5th season in charge of Bromley as well, with an average point per game record of 1.65, which is very good going, with a promotion on his CV, with an FA trophy that he won in 2022. He's having a good time of it over in South London, the south of England, in the London area. I don't know if it's South London. It might be a good guess. He turned down the Gillingham job as well in 2022. I will expect him to have many more job offers coming his way, and a lot more rejecting to do if he wants to stay at Bromley. His career then, before he went to Bromley, he was the West Ham goalkeeper coach, Charlton goalkeeper coach, Newcastle goalkeeper coach, Crystal Palace goalkeeper coach, and the Arsenal goalkeeper coach over the course of 20 years, mainly following Alan Pardew wherever he went. But of course, Alan Pardew never managed Arsenal. That would have been quite a shock, and a complete different universe to one I'm living in. So the family fortunes bit that you would have seen. He is the dad. Now, I've never put 2 and 2 together and made 4. I ended up with 5 when I actually saw this, and it surprised me. But he's the dad of Freddie Woodman, of course, the Preston goalkeeper, the former Newcastle goalkeeper, Swansea, Sheffield United, I think, as well. When you put 2 and 2 together, he was a goalkeeper, and all that, you probably do end up with that. But yeah, that surprised me. And Gareth Southgate is Freddie Woodman's godfather as well, so I'm surprised he never got an England call up. So that is testament to the man of Gareth Southgate there, and right there. So yes, what can we expect from this game then? He might have got an England call up. I don't know. He could have, but let me know in the comments down below. What can we expect then from this game? Now, I think it's going to be your average Valley Parade away team coming up. Low block, compact midfield, very tight in there. No real, as tight as a aeroplane gap, because you can't really move your feet, so it's going to be very tight in there. For us, this is doing me head in because I can sense it's. I keep hurting Mike. Compact midfield. We should get a few shots off. Expect us to as well, because the defence is very far back. Mainly when they're defending lead, I suppose. But I think they'll be throughout the course. They'll definitely take a point here. So hopefully there'll be quite a bit of space on the edge of the box. You do that by creating overloads out wide. And so far this season, I haven't been impressed with the 2-10s in terms of getting into a pocket, creating overloads out wide, and they've not really got into a game, especially at home against the team we played last week, which was Salford. I was really unimpressed with them, so I might have changed them. Let me know your lineups in the comments down below. You'll find out mine later. So we need to create space in the pockets, to create pullbacks. There's no point in crossing the ball because they've got units at the back, and we haven't really got much of a target. Andy Cook is, but not really. He ain't going to be a target against the Mount Everest at the back, is he? So don't be crossing the ball. He's got the nous, and he will be able to sniff out places to roam to be able to hold the ball up. So we can't get drawn into that, and we also can't be getting involved in tussles, and that'll be Neil Burns' job, and he did a very good job against Cole Stockton, so I'd expect him to do the same here. Probably quite a similar player to James Anson, I suppose, for them, what he was for us. There will be a threat from set players. Very similar team to a Steve Evans, to a Phil Parkinson at Wrexham, except they have better quality players, so they can be a bit more expansive. So I would be expecting a bit of that. Ref watch then very quickly. Scott Simpson. He's only refereed 2 Bradford City games before in his career. That was last year, both of them. Wimbledon 1-0 win. I mean, I put a defeat and then I remembered, no, we did win that. Also, Davies scored during the interim period of McDonald. And then a 1-1 draw against Colchester United. I can't recall any controversy in those games. He had 68 yellow cards in League 2 last season, only 14 games refereed with 4 red cards as well. And it is his third season in League 2. His first season in League 2, he did only referee one League 2 game, that were in the 21. Now in the 22-23 season, God, that was 3 seasons ago. Wow. Yeah, I've just thought about that. That's blown my socks off. Not literally, because they are on my feet, and I'm glad because it's very cold. I've got a jumper on and a body warmer and a krill under the desk, which I haven't currently got on, but I've had to have it on because it's quite cold, and we're in August. I mean, what's happening? It's going to be windy these next couple of days, raining. I won't be surprised if we get a bit of snow and sleet. I mean, what's going on? Climate change my arm. Although there probably is a bit of truth to it. Anyway, it's not a bloody Matt Letizia podcast, is it? So yeah. Yeah, in his first League 2 game, he sent a player off and then got a call up, so it must have been the correct decision. So my lineup then for Saturday's fixture against Bromley, it's on the screen now. That's my team. I will read it out just for the entertainment of it, I suppose, or just if there's some visually impaired. I mean, it's very hard to see, so I will grant you that. Sam Walker is in goal. Brad Halliday in right wing back with a back three of Baldwin, Byrne and Kelly. It stays the same. Did nearly put Shepherd in, but I think it's important to create a partnership, and I would give them another game. It is early days, but the back 5 changes with Clark O'Dwyer coming in at left wing back. Hopefully he can link up with Poynton, who starts as the left 10, with Jamie Walker alongside him. I think get them 2 back in, and hopefully they can find the form that we had last season, because I think the 10s last season at the back end of that run, I do miss how they played, and I think we've got to get back to that by having them in. Smallwood behind them, Andy Cook partnering Ollie Sanderson as well, who is on the thumbnail. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Your score predictions, I failed to do that, but my head's saying 0-0 or 1-0 Bromley. You can just imagine it, but always back the boys, always back the team and Climate number, and I think we'll nick a 1-0. I think it's a tight game. It's a tight game. One team will get a lucky goal, and I hope we can get our fortune of luck on Saturday. So let me know your score predictions. Who's going to score the goal? I will go with Ollie Sanderson. He's on the thumbnail, so why not? He might not even get on the bench, but why not? Let's go for it. Let's go mad. Let me know your thoughts going into a game. Everything in the comments down below. Like the video if you do go on to do so. Subscribe if you're new on the road to 700 subscribers. All support is massively appreciated. Have a good one.